Hello everyone, my name is Elijah Gomez. This is my demonstration speech. While I won't be making the actual flower right now, I will be making the flower later. I just don't have the actual materials right now that are on hand. Um, so I'll get started, and from there, please provide any feedback or anything that y'all have that I can work on, and I'll try to have visualize what you guys might need for now until the actual video. Okay. So, have you ever walked inside of a mall and you've seen those vendors that have those like beautiful like pipe cleaner flowers, those beautiful handmade flowers, and you think, wow, like I should get me one of those. Like those look beautiful, those look amazing. Because I definitely have. And I walked up and I looked at them, and honestly, they're like $50, $60 that I don't feel like spending when I don't need to or don't have to. And so, for me, I'm a person who I prefer just make things by my hand if I can, and I decided that I wanted to learn how to make them. And so for about a month, maybe a month and a half, I just bought the supplies online, and I just started practicing making them, and I think I've gotten pretty good. I've made about 2 bouquets so far, and so I thought, just why not show you guys how to do that? So in this video, I will be showing you guys how to make your own pipe cleaner flowers that is useful for any special person in your life, whether it be your mom, brother, sister, girlfriend, boyfriend, anybody in your life. These flowers are for everything. If you just want it for decoration in your room, you totally can. So the main points that I will be focusing on is making sure you have your materials laid out. It is very, very important that when you make these flowers, the process becomes very fast, very quickly. And so because of that, if you don't have all your product or all the stuff that you're gonna need laid out and ready and prepared, it will be very, very hard to keep up with yourself the later you go on. So the next step after that we'll be focusing on is how to actually make the proper flower. The flower itself, very easy, it's very simple. I think everybody can make it. But the third and most important part is in fact decorating the flower. Now the decoration of the flower is where you'll see online the difference between maybe someone who makes a normal one versus someone who decides to decorate and highlight their own. And you'll kind of start to see as I make it the difference between one that's made with the highlight and stuff versus one that's not. So you'll see the kind of before and after the deeper on in the video we go. So to begin, the most important step, as I said, to making your pipe cleaner flower is to just preheat your hot glue gun. Your hot glue gun is going to take a couple minutes to heat up. So by the time you get everything done and ready, the hot glue gun should be ready. So I would suggest plugging in your hot glue gun, making sure you have maybe a stick and a half of hot glue, and from there, set your glue gun down on a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper, anything that you can set it down on, because when the hot glue gun does heat up, it will start to seep out any glue that is already in there, and you just don't want glue on wherever you're going to set your hot glue gun down. So what you will need for supplies, you will need 12 pipe cleaners of the same color. I right now will have red, but you can also do pink, you can do blue, you can do whatever color you have access to, whatever color you might need. So you need 12 pipe colors of the same cleaner, and you want to make sure that they're the same color, right? For the first pipe cleaner flower that you're going to make, you want to make sure it's the same color, because if you try to do, different colors and stuff, you might get confused, and it gets a little harder the more colors you involve in it. So you just want to make sure you just have 12 of the same color, right? And then for the leaves, you will need 4 of any shade of green. For the leaves, like I said, 4 of any shades of green, right? So the next, you will lay out your stems, your decorations, and the flower tape. So the stem is going to be the actual thing that you're going to put the pipe cleaner flower onto, right? And the flower tape you want to have on hand, because eventually when you make the flower, you will wrap the flower tape around the stem to cover it up to make it look more seamless, right? And the decorations themselves for this specific flower I'm going to make are the tiny pistils that you have. The kit that I purchased has these tiny pistils that you can add on and glue on just to add a little bit more detail and make it a little bit nicer for themselves. Now, for the actual making of the flower, you will grab 2 of the pipe cleaners of the 12 that you have that you've laid aside for the flowers. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fold one pipe cleaner down in half, and then you're going to fold that half down in half again, which is pretty easy. But from here, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a secondary pipe cleaner, and you're going to put that pipe cleaner through the 2 folded half that you just did right there, right? And from there, you're going to grab the top and you're going to twist it just twice, not too much, just twist it twice. And basically what you'll have is you'll have 4 shorter ones like this, and you have a longer one that pointed up like that, right? From there, all you're going to do is you're going to push them together, and you're going to grab one of the longer ones, the longer pipe cleaners, and you're just going to wrap that around the other pipe cleaners. Now, from here, once you have 6 of them, you can actually begin to make the flower. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab 2 petals from the flowers, or from 2 petals, and you're going to grab a stem. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue on the stem to 2 petals, only 2, right? Once those 2 petals stick on, that is where you're going to grab your decorations, like the pistils that I have, right? You lay the pistils in between those 2 petals, and you glue that down and make sure it's solid. From there, you grab a 3rd one, you glue that together. Then, after that, then you should grab 3 more and fill in the blanks of the other petals. After that, dressing the flower is very easily. You grab the glue, or you grab the flower tape, and you wrap that down all the way down. You grab some highlight, you highlight wherever you want to highlight, and you're done. So from here we said the main important part of making a pipe cleaner flower is just to have your material out, laid out, and ready. It's the easiest part. Dressing the flower is the next part, but that, again, it's optional depending on how far you'd like to go. And learning this simple way of making these flowers can not only save you a ton of money, but it can also have a way of letting you just relax. Making these by hand is also just a way to just impress anyone that you decide to give it to, as long as you're willing to put in some time. And I think that these flowers are 100% worth making your time, and I hope that you guys from this video can learn to make your own. Thank you.